Or Link Stage 1. Okay. Ah, looks like you're more than worthy to walk the path of the explosive Vanguard. It just so happens that I've discovered someone whose skills are an excellent match for this Arcana as well. So, how about it? Would you like to learn the particulars of the explosive Vanguard Arcana talent? Yes. Very well, I'll assist you in obtaining the explosive Vanguard Arcana talent, an endeavor in which I have no doubt you'll succeed. Wait, did I just talk to him? Welcome, I'm glad you're here. We have a rather interesting report here. Among our usual flood of mail, it details someone who uses a lance to strange and explosive ends. Oh, uses a lance to strange and explosive ends. What really struck me, though, was the details with which the sender lays out the person's whereabouts and appearance, all the while thoroughly concealing their own identity. Blair holds out the letter for you to look over. Does this paper look familiar? It should. It's common sketch paper. Available from Port Kila in area. The ink used is available from any general store, but something caught my eye about it. Here, compare it with this sheet, which I've written on. I bought my ink several months ago. See that slight blue tone? Apparently it's characteristic of a new improvement in the color production, which was just rolled out with the latest batch. So we can tell that this ink was purchased quite recently, maybe even immediately before writing the letter. And the handwriting strikes me as even stranger. Here, see? The writer is clearly well educated, with a neat hand. The words are carefully chosen and formal. If I were to read it out loud, you'd think a noble had written it. But if you look closely on several of the most obscure words, there's a slight smudging, as if the writer hesitated and, in this case, a word scratched out and rewritten. So perhaps we have a case of wealthy sender who has had a servant or hireling write a message for them to disguise their handwriting, but any one of these clues could be intentional to mislead us. Then I tried tracking its journey through the postal service, but the sender commissioned a series of private messengers to disguise the origin. Another dead end. At this junction, I don't believe more research into the letter writer will bear fruit. All that's left is looking into the candidate himself. Unfortunately, that's the very path the writer wants us to take. What the heck is going on over there again? I hope my hesitation is ungrounded, but, well, I can only urge caution. The sender going to such lengths to conceal their identity and concern is concerning, to say the least. If the report is true, it's good news for the Arcana. It's good news for the association, no matter who the sender is. And perhaps we will understand their motives better once we meet the candidate. So that's why I called you. I know you can be relied upon, no matter the circumstances. Could you help me find this lance wielder? Thank you, I appreciate your help, as always. Based on the report, this person is most frequently in Belvast. Wait, Belvast? He seems to be a regular at the pub, so I'd recommend making that your first stop. Laura summarized the report. Apparently the candidate is a giant in his 50s or 60s, with notable pure white hair. Look around Belvast pub for someone of that appearance. So now I gotta go to Belvast. Which one was it again? Right, Carnivore, Belvast. Go there. Time to track down this person. I said the pub. Hey, you want a drink? Pull up a chair. I've been to every port from Sela to Sian, and you won't find better ale than Barry's. Or is it Barry's? Ask about the man in the report. A giant with white hair. Sorry, buddy. Doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, I spend lots of time here, but not the time that I can remember the next day, if you catch my drift. Yeah, he gets drunk. He's a drunkard. You want my advice? Don't bother with me. Or the rest of these drunken louts. If you're looking for information, talk to Barry. He remembers everything. Just don't tell Barry I sent you, you hear? Before you go though, sure I can't interest you in a drink. At your refusal, the sailor goes back to his carousing with intent. It doesn't seem like you'll get anything useful here. Go ask the pub owner, Barry, about the man in the report. Despite his winning smile, there is something ominous about this man. He looks perfectly harmless and greets you warmly, but you cannot shake the feeling that something is amiss. Welcome to Barry's pub. Not here for a drink, are you? Well, let's hear your question then. Barry's sharp eyes cut right to the heart of the matter. Before you can explain anything, it seems there's no point in any small talk. You might as well just ask. Ask about the man in the report. Well, we're right by the port, my friend. We see all sorts come through here. Plenty of giants in their number. But, based on your report there is one man who comes to mind. He tends to stand out in a crowd, and for all I may joke, I don't just mean his height. He never has a haircut out of place. He never has a hair out of place. Not on his head or his beard. He only seems to come by when we've gotten the real top shelf liquor in. Don't ask me how he knows. But he always takes his drinks to go. I doubt you'd get any recognition out of our regulars. Don't know that I've seen him say a word to any of them. Do you know anything else? Didn't you hear me? I don't know anything about him, nothing at all. And if I did, I couldn't tell you. My business runs on trust, and no one trusts a bartender with loose lips. But you did come all this way. It would be unhospitable to let you leave empty-handed. Well, here's what I think. I think perhaps after you leave here, you might pay a visit to my wonderful daughter. Her name's Vanillin. Vanillin? And she works at the general store shop. It's in the bazaar, right across the street from here. Now, someone like me, I'm in the pub until late at night. I don't see anything worth seeing. But my daughter, now she's always out and about. It's important for young folks to stay active. So maybe you go see my daughter. The grammar of these is sometimes weird. And you ask her if she's had a giant customer with a fondness for Belfast whiskey. Maybe that'll ring some bells for her. You come back soon, won't you? And next time maybe you could even buy something. Barry smiles at you, wide but without warmth. It doesn't seem like he's going to say anything more to you. Go talk to Barry's daughter, Vanillin, at the bazaar. To the bazaar. Oh, she's right over here. Hey there, what's up? Out for some shopping? I saw basically everything you could ever need, you know? That's about the man in the report. Huh? You want to know about a giant who likes Belfast whiskey? Well, I can think of a couple of folks who fit that description, but I think I know who you mean. I've seen him a few times, but I was cooking for the pub. But Dad sent you to me, right? Of course he did. Typical. He has this rule that he won't share information about customers at the pub. So if he thinks someone actually needs to know, he'll send them to me. That way, technically, he didn't say anything. Like that makes a difference. But anyway, what did you need to know? Where can I find him? Oh, you want to know where he is now? Well, it's not like I keep track of him. I'm not sure what part of town he lives in. Oh, but there is a place I see him quite pretty frequently. If you head past the bank, then up the stairs towards the Admiral's residence, there's the empty lot near the McKean's Cliffs. I've seen him there sometimes, just staring at the sea. I don't know if he'd be there now or anything. If he's got a schedule, I haven't picked up on it. Hey, if you do find him, then you're welcome. Haha. Haha. Come back again sometime and actually buy something, will you? My cooking is known throughout Belfast. You're missing out. Benelin doesn't seem to have anything else to tell you. You might as well check the spot she mentioned. Dang it, move. My god, he's big. Okay. This must be the man you're looking for, with his coif of neat white hair and well-groomed beard. Just as Vanillin told you he might be. He's looking out to sea. He strikes a melancholy figure. You walk up to him, close enough that he can't fail to notice you, but he doesn't so much as glance your way. You'll have to try to start a conversation. So which is it then? Huh? Assassin or debt collector? Neither? Oh, or maybe you're here to avenge a family member. Well, I'm sorry if I killed your parents. I can assure you it was nothing personal. That is definitely not it. Really? Really strange. It's usually one of those three. Well, I'm not looking for company. Please leave me be. That seems to be all you're going to get out of him. Unfortunately, you'll have to tell Leor that your investigation has hit a dead end. Wait, am I seriously gonna have to go back? Wait, his name is Matthias? Well, I'm not looking for company. Please leave me be. Oh yeah. Wait. I completely forgot. There's a moon gate right here. Back to Tarkas. Wait, no, I'm done. No, wait. I'm forgetting which one is it. This one. There. There you are. I've been waiting for you. You catch Lear giving you a subtle once-over, as if he's looking for injuries. Was he really that worried about you? You seem unhurt. Good. You didn't run into any trouble, did you? After you left, I was concerned that I may have been sending you into a trap. Deliver your report. Oh, that's not exactly what I expected to hear. He won't talk at all. That makes confirming the report much harder. Perhaps he's just a cautious sort. I can understand being hesitant to tell a total stranger all about your abilities. I suppose I'd better pay him a visit myself. Not that I think you weren't convincing. As the head of the association, I may be able to bring an air of officiality that could carry some weight. And I'd like to see for myself whether or not he's dangerous. I'm sorry to ask when you've only just returned. Would you accompany me to Belfast? We know he's wary of strangers. Since you've met him already, seeing you with him may... Wait, what? Seeing you with him may make him feel a bit more at ease. Wait, isn't that supposed to seeing you with me make him feel a bit more at ease? I think that's supposed to be him, or that's supposed to be talking about Leor. Thank you. I'm a bit relieved that you'll be there. If it came to it, I don't know what I'd do if the situation got violent. If you're ready, let's go. Yeah. You and Leor are prepare for a trip to Belfast. It truly is a marvelous sight. I didn't know Belfast had such beautiful views. Ah, how rude of me. I was so swept away that I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Leora. I manage the Arcana Association. Wait, what was that? Might I ask you your name? I understand your wariness. Anyone would be concerned if approached by a stranger who was unusually insistent on conversation. I'm not unaware of how that comes across. How's this, then? I'll introduce myself and my association in detail. You need not tell me anything about yourself until you know more. What do you think? A lot of busybodies out today, huh? I don't appreciate being interrupted. What the heck? Who's this? Ah, and here are the assassins, right on cue. Let's see if you're up to snuff. Shut up! Oh my goodness. How does this work? Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that one was the sweep. You monster! You won't be so lucky next time. What? Next time? Oh, that was dull. Well, that was dull. Good gracious, there's no doubt that what we just saw was an Arcana talent. It's as I thought. There was something to the report after all. Now that it's confirmed, I'll use any tool available to me to get him to take interest in the Arcana Association. Yeah. Oh my god, what is this? It's freaking broken. Oh my god, that texture's busted. Anyways. The man has gone back to staring at the sea, motionless, as if he was never interrupted. He's ignoring you with determination. Can we talk a bit more? We still haven't gotten to introduce ourselves. As I've mentioned, I'm the head of the Arcana Association, a venture backed by the Queen of Aliak. My associate is Isomald, a member of the association who's been instrumental in its development. Have you heard of the Arcana Association? It was formed by Her Majesty as a way to find and support citizens with extraordinary abilities. The focus of our research is on what we call Arcana talents, methods of stably combining two or more talents for simultaneous use. One of our most important tasks is seeking out those who have natural affinity for a particular talent. Particular Arcana. Laura pauses, seeking some reaction, but the man maintains his stony silence. Well, I'm sure by now you must understand why we're here. We don't generally chase down this sort of anonymous report, but it seems in this case, we were right to come to Belfast. Lara stands up a bit straighter and talks a bit faster, as if trying to keep from losing the man's attention again. Based on this description of the suspected Arcana talent in question, and the details detailed description it included of you, we decided it was likely something more than a simple prank.
Who told you about me?
Well, if you're interested in a conversation after all, might I have your name?
You can call me Matthias.
Did you look into this anonymous report? So that's what you want to know? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but given that the information was entrusted to me under the condition of anonymity, I can't reveal any details to someone who isn't a member of the Arcana Association. So what is it that you want from me? It's simple. Just become a member of the Arcana Association and help us research your abilities. Excuse me? That can't be all. Well, of course, membership in the Arcana Association comes with some responsibilities. For one, you'll need to visit the association regularly to assist with our research. As an organization serving the kingdom, we may request your help in circumstances where the safety of the land and its people are at stake. So it's not so simple after all as I thought. But being a part of an association supported by the crown itself gives you access to more resources than you might imagine. And those privileges naturally come hand in hand with responsibility.
Very well. I'll join on 2 conditions. 1. You won't convince me to move to the royal capital. It's far too rich for my blood. I'll visit the association on specific dates which we agree on. If you need me at other times, you can come find me here in Belvast. 2nd, I want you to find the person that's been spreading around information about me. Name, location, the usual. It doesn't seem to me like you know much about this mystery source. But like you say, you have access to the resources of the crown. Surely finding a single person won't be an issue. Those are my conditions. If you can agree to them, then I'll join your little group.
That seems entirely reasonable. Alright. Just one last thing, and we can move on to paperwork. Can you tell me how you discovered your special lance techniques?
Ha. I knew you'd keep piling more on. How do you expect anyone to join if you act like this?
It's the last thing we need. Just think of it as the first part of your duties towards furthering our research. As I explained, a major point of study for us is understanding how Arcana manifests, so knowing the circumstances for each specific case is essential.
How much detail do you need?
As I'm not familiar with the ins and outs of combat, the more details you can give, the more likely I am to understand what you tell me.
Well, it's not like it's a secret, but let me make this clear. Before I retired, I was a mercenary, like most of my fellows. I'd do pretty much any job, as long as I got paid. The corps I was in doesn't exist any longer, and good riddance, I say. I have no interest in answering questions, or in rehashing missions we ran. All I'll say is, it wasn't pretty. So mind your own business, and this will go better for all of us.
Very well. We'll add one more condition then. The Arcana Association will not inquire into events that occurred before you joined, with the sole exception of when your power first manifested. However, this condition will be considered null if we find that you were involved in high treason, plotting against the kingdom or the queen, or crimes of that nature.
Trust me, no one in my corps had anywhere near that much ambition.
Take this. It's the mana bullet I used when I first learned to do what I do. I'm sure you'll get more from seeing the memory directly than you will from listening to me talk. This will do nicely, thank you. As well, please take the mana bullet. Let's see this memory together whenever you're ready. You got Matthias's mana bullet. When you're ready, use it to see the memory of Matthias manifesting his power. What an awful place. Better get a hefty bonus when this is done. Well, sooner I get moving, the sooner it'll be done. Wait, what? Why does he have an infernal blade fragment? Who's there? Damn it. All the researchers were supposed to be gone by now. Well, buddy, you picked a bad day for overtime. I can't have him interfering. I'll have to get rid of him. You were noticed. What the heck? What attack was that? Ugh. Oh. This specimen looks somewhat useful. Metal capabilities aren't bad. I could work with this. And those eyes, I can see a yearning for new power. A willingness to do whatever necessary to wipe out the enemy. That I like. You. Let me make you an offer. I'm researching the unique properties of mana bullets, and I've discovered something interesting, but I'm lacking a test subject. I can give you the opportunity to play a special pivotal role in the grand experiment. Perhaps gain a new power. How about it? Why bother asking you? You have me at your mercy already. Well, I'm faced with a dilemma, you see. My next test requires... I'm faced with a dilemma, you see. My next test requires a living, conscious participant. And I'm not the sort who likes fighting for fighting's sake. I'd much rather find someone willing. And if I refuse, what then? You'll kill me? Some choice that is. Ah, so you're going to turn your back on opportunity? What a shame. Never said I wouldn't do it, but I don't like your pretty words. A new power, huh? Like I said, you haven't really given me a choice. Do what you want. Ha! Refreshingly candid. I like you. Here, take this mana bullet. I made some special modifications to it. Your part in the experiment is quite simple. Just hold it between your hands and squeeze as hard as you can. Picture the bullet shattering between them. You must intend to destroy it. Ha! Ah, one more thing. Do be careful. That mana bullet explodes once a certain amount of pressure is put on it. There's no way to avoid the explosion, so instead, focus on embracing it. Envision yourself bringing it into your body through your palms, letting it course through your veins. What? Ah! Haha, what exhilarating. The explosion of potent magic under physical pressure is just as terrifying as always. So, let's see. Oh, you're still alive? Incredible. I've never seen my theory play out in practice before. This opens up several new avenues of research. How do you feel? Any different? That power is a part of you now. You may find you can use it in new ways. You may even be able to produce magic explosions from weapons other than dual guns. Ugh. Fair is fair. You've given me much to ponder, so in trade, I'll let you live. I'll even throw the remains of this mana bullet. Maybe you'll find it useful. Wait, I'll even throw in the remains of this mana bullet. Maybe you'll find it useful. Use your new powers well. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Well, I doubt you care much for the name of your captor, but just in case you come to look back on me fondly, I'm Tegwin. You've proved quite interesting. I truly do hope you manage to survive. Success! How unexpected! Now, where do I go from here? This opens up so many avenues. It's difficult to choose. Ah, where did I put my notes? What? Well, that's quite a story. Are you done? Will that do for an explanation? Ah, yes. It was quite illuminating. Thank you. Did you ever happen to meet this Tegwin fellow again? Of course he'd interest someone like you, but you're not that naive. You must have seen it, as plain as I did. He was the sort who'd stop at nothing for the sake of power. Hanging around that type of person is a good way to find yourself in an early grave. So you never met him again? No, and I don't want to. For all I know, he might already be dead in a ditch somewhere. That's the only thing that comes of greed like that. I see. I'm not underestimating the threat he poses, but I do think we'll need to look into this. Well, anyway, I have all I need to officially accept you into the Arcana Association. Congratulations. Now we have some paperwork to complete in the association room. Since I don't imagine you're familiar with the layout of the Royal Castle, you can follow me. We have to go all the way there for a few pieces of paper. Can't you bring them to Velvast? I'm afraid I'm not permitted to bring castle paperwork of a sensitive nature off the premises. There are certain security concerns. It's a trip you'll be making frequently from now on, so you might as well start learning the way. I can already tell there's no use challenging you in a battle of words. Sigh. Lead the way. I appreciate the cooperation, I assure you. My intent is for the paperwork to go as quickly as possible, for both our sakes. Are you ready to go? Matthias trails behind Leor reluctantly. Matthias? I won't be able to help you with your paperwork if you're that far away. Eh? This place is too crowded as it is, and I don't like people hovering over my shoulder. Well, if that's what you'd prefer, I guess it's okay. Here's your registration document. I filled in all your conditions, but you may want to read it over anyway, to avoid surprises. I never doubted you knew your paperwork. I just want to make sure we're clear on the terms. Very good. Let's review them. You had 3 main points, correct? First, that you'll be required to visit the association room on designated days. Second, that we won't investigate anything that occurred before you joined. Third, that we'll work to find out who sent in the report about you. I do think we'll need your active help on that last point, though. Right, of course. I'm not... Right, of course. I'm not trying to test you. I'll do whatever I can to help. Good, those are your terms. Here are the associations. First, you'll actively contribute to our research into Arcana. For this, you'll need to be present in person on the days specified. Second, if the Arcana Association receives a request from the regime, or a mission that's necessary for the good of the association, you must, after consulting with the association head, support the mission to the best of your ability. Do those terms still suit you? Yeah, that's all fine.
We never said what these designated days are. When should I be here? Huh. I believe 4 days a week will be required, so let's say from Lunasad until Imbolic. Will that suit you? You're really going to take more than half the week? Well, if that's the rule, that's the rule. I hope you won't find it too onerous. And of course, you're welcome to leave for meals and breaks as you wish. Feel free to take walks or run errands whenever you'd like. You don't need to keep convincing me. I'll join. Just as long as you don't go back on your end of the deal. Of course, in that case, I look forward to working together. Matthias has joined the Arcana Association. Together you can delve deeper into the explosive Vanguard Arcana talent, of which he has proven a paragon. Okay, so that's all of them. Recharge shells. Started the research, the explosive Vanguard talent with Matthias. Okay, that's all of them, I think, now. Oh yeah, and I already finished. So I finished the up to Link 5 for Dark Diviner. Currently on Alchemic Shooter. Level 42 Elemental Knight. Harmonic Saint level 20. Sacred Guardian we just unlocked, and Explosive Vanguard we just unlocked. But man. Actually I wonder. Actually, since I do have... Where's my... Yeah, I do have my Celtic Clashing Lance. Maybe I might switch and start Explosive Vanguard. And then we'll go from there.